All right, everybody, this is Chris, and this is the Marlow Factor. Hey, look, today we're over here. We're going to be going down to Little Bridges, but we are going to be starting down at mile marker 0. But we decided we'd come up here to the registration. We're going to start off here at the registration office. So let me wait a minute.
Yeah. But see, that was a clerk error.
Hey guys,
on us because we didn't know how that worked.
take a look. Oh my God. Oh my God, guys.
Hey.
Look who we have here.
How are you,
Metro,
man?
my man.
How you doing, brother?
What's going on?
Good to meet you, man, in the flesh.
The myth, the man, the legend right here. You guys already know.
Yes, yes.
Oh my God, it's Metro. And we got Johnny Kamper in the house.
How are you?
Say hey, everybody.
I'm trying to get a post up. We're going to go live at 5 with Metro.
Oh, guys, you hear
I'm
that?
trying to get a post up so we get...
Guys, it looks like we got 2 guests today. My idol over here, Metro. Whoa. Whoa. I'm lost for words at the minute. Wow. Wow. Anyway, guys, hold on a minute and then let me show you where we're going. Then I'll go inside and I can hardly think right now. I just met my idol. Hold on 1 minute here. Let me show you guys here. So this is what we did, guys. If you looked at the last video of our through hike, we did the whole thing all the way going through, all the way to 20, but all the way, and we started at mile marker 23. But today what we're going to do is we're just going to start at mile marker 0 here today, and we're just going to do over to Little Bridges, guys, which is like a 1.7 in, but we're going to end up doing the loop. So it's going to be 1.7 in today and then 1.7 out tomorrow. So with that, guys, we're going to go inside and we're going to get registered and get this whole thing done. So we'll see you on the trail. All right, everybody, I know I'd said see you on trail, but I thought I'd come through and I'd kind of, for those of you that haven't ever been out here and camped out here, I've run through the process of what you got to do to register. So first thing you got to do is when you come into the registration office and you've already booked your campsite in advance, you have to come to the back. There's the back room here, and you got to fill out this card right here. And for us today, with us, we're going to be staying at, first you got to fill your name out. Just give me a minute for that. All right, guys, now once you get all your information filled out, then you go ahead and come up out of the back of this room. So once again, we're staying right here tonight, and we're gonna be doing the loop. So we're gonna start here, and there's the trail, right? But we're staying on the dot, and we're gonna take the loop all the way over to Little Bridges, and then come around, and then we'll hit the PMT, whether we'll hit the PMT first, and then go into Little Bridges, or we're gonna do the loop to go in. We'll see when we get there. Anyway, guys, with that, see you on trail. All right, guys, here we are. We're up here now. We're getting ready. We're at mile marker 0, but I think we're going in. Yep, at the loop, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, I get the pleasure, the absolute honor to hike with this gentleman right here.
How are you?
Good hiking my Metro today, and who's just did a major feat to summiting Katahdin. I'll probably ask some questions later on if that's okay with him.
Yeah, sure.
We'll be at camp tonight, and of course, you know, we got my lovely Melissa.
Hello.
All right, guys, with that, I think we're just gonna head on down the trail, and we'll see you at camp. All right, everybody, here we are. We are got camp all set up. This is a great little 1.7 in, and actually have the opportunity to be on trail with which I consider my idol on trail, Metro on the Move. It's an honor and a pleasure to share camp with him tonight. But before I get to that, let me show you right quick, camp right quick here. So first off, guys, if you look over there, over here, we got 3 different tents going on here. It's like the battle of the tents tonight, guys. We got my Durston X-Mid 2P. Lovely, a lot of room inside there, guys. Like again, if you look at my last video for our through hike when I first got it out, tons of room. You can get 2 wide pads in it and still have room to put all your gear if that's what you want. And it is 100% lightweight polyester, as I needed to correct myself, as I had not said that in my through hike video. It is 100% polyester. It's so light, Melissa can pick it up with one hand and shake it. And poles are a carbon, and shocking just how durable they are for being such lightweight carbon. And over here we have Johnny Kamper. We have his Z-Packs Duplex. You want to give a little rundown about your
Yeah, I can. This is my this is my original Z-Packs Duplex, and I tell you the truth, I've learned this is my go-to tent. And over the years, I've learned that this is a tent in the simplest form. They have modified it a little bit and put a waterproof zipper and some magnetic toggles and possibly some air vents, but none of those 3 mattered to me. That wasn't enough for me to buy a new tent. The only thing though I am looking at is Z-Packs Duo.
okay.
It moves this trekking pole over 10 degrees to a 60-40 ratio, which will change the slope of this side. It possibly wouldn't hurt my puffy jacket, or at the bottom they have an extra pole there to keep my foot box dry. Now I am looking at that and seriously considering buying one of those. But this has been my go-to, and actually I don't care for the drop down door, and the Lanshan Pro, that is my another go-to tent, and I don't bring it out if there's rain. And but if it's not gonna rain, I usually bring it out. I almost brought it out today, except I've got the full season Lanshan, so I didn't bring it.
Yeah, I imagine it'd get a little warm with that 4th season right now.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cooling off now at night, so maybe next month I'll start bringing it out if there's no rain.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
Yep, thank you. And now for the one and the only, the man himself, who just did, guys, let's face it, over 2,200 miles on the Appalachian Trail, and just like a month ago, maybe just less than a month ago, completed the AT and summited Mount Katahdin. You know, the man who I talked about in every video, followed him all the way along, who I learned so much from just watching his videos, my biggest idol. Also along with Johnny Kamper, the man himself, Metro on the Move.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you?
Good. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're rocking out here tonight?
Well, this is the Hyperlight Unbound 2-person tent, Hyperlight mountain gear in spruce green. This is the tent that I carried with me on my full Appalachian Trail through hike. Now, I do have a different color. You'll notice this in spruce green versus the white that I had before. My prior tent was attacked by a bear, and Hyperlight Mountain Gear was actually kind enough to help replace that tent to me, so big shout out to them on that. But this is the tent that I recommend to anyone that's in the market for a Dyneema tent. This is an excellent tent.
Okay, so for a new backpacker, would this be a good tent for them, would you say, or would you recommend something else for someone who's just getting into backpacking?
So being an ultralight tent, the material is made out of Dyneema. So regardless if you are a new backpacker or an experienced backpacker, is understanding that the material is lighter and very durable, but it is not impenetrable. What does that mean? You're just gonna have to be careful with this versus other tents, which might be a little bit more durable in terms of the material. You still have to take care of these tents. So even if you're new or if you're experienced, it really comes down to if you want to take those extra precautions with your tent. Also, from a setup perspective, being a trekking pole tent, it may be a little bit more technical with the setup. So even if you're a new backpacker, if you're okay with learning how to set up a trekking pole tent, which is slightly different than a freestanding tent, that would be something to consider. But this is a great all-around tent for anyone, regardless if you're a new backpacker or experienced.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Also, so this is the unbound two-person tent. All right, if I show inside here the room.
Yeah, it's a little messy in there. So.
That's the room here inside, guys. And this is the gear he took on the full 22, or on his through hike of the AT. And then we also have here his backpack. Can you tell me a little bit about your backpack, please?
Yeah, so this is also a Hyperlite Mountain Gear product. This is the Unbound 40-liter backpack. I carried this from Harper's Ferry all the way to Katahdin. And why I mentioned that was it's a 40-liter pack. So I carried most of my summer gear in this. So I didn't need as much space for my gear. Everything was a little more compact. So 40-liter backpack, and I carried this about 1,200 miles on the trail.
You can see that there, guys. Here we go.
And so key features about it, it comes down to the pockets and the stuff sacks, or so to say, these storage areas. This is kind of a stretchy material and it's breathable, so you can put things that you're trying to grab throughout the day or dry out in here. Separated pocket down below for like your water filter, as I have my Canuck with my Platypus quick draw filter down here. And then down below you also have another area where you can stuff trash pretty easily. I like that. And the pockets are pretty big, so you can stuff more water. I could put up to 1.5 or maybe even 2.5 liters on each side and had no issues. But great tent, or great backpack, I should say.
Do you have one big, if you had to pick out one of your best features about the Unbound for a new backpacker, what would you say it would be? The best feature about it, that would be the biggest selling point.
So when it comes to Hyperlite Mountain Gear backpacks, the reason why I like them is, one, they're lightweight, but two, they're durable. The material itself is pretty strong, to say the least. So if people are looking at a lightweight backpack, this is a great option. It's extremely durable, lightweight, and again, for me, all of my gear fit inside of this backpack comfortably with enough room for 3 to 4 days worth of food. So during the summer, this was the ideal backpack. For anyone that might be looking for the bell ringer of why they should be picking this particular backpack, again, it comes down to the pockets on the side here. Being a summer backpack, being able to fit up to 5 liters of water when you're going through dry areas, I was able to carry all the water that I needed. So without it becoming cumbersome to the rest of the stuff that was in my pack, it was a great option for me. So lots of room on the sides to carry excess water. So.
Excellent, excellent. All right, guys, well, there you go. You heard it from the man himself. So if you are interested in maybe upgrading your backpack, or like I said, you're just getting into it, check out Hyperlite. I know I'm that's probably looking at my next one is a Hyperlite. So anyway, guys, with that, we'll be back. We're gonna hang out a little bit, but I got some questions for him coming up. We'll see. All right, everybody, we're back. We're just kind of hanging out, and now I got a few questions I would like to ask Metro here, and I think all us new backpackers would be kind of interesting. Okay, first question I have for you, Metro.
Okay.
Is, what did you learn? 3 things that you learned when you hit the AT, as far as that you didn't think maybe you would learn when you got on the AT, as far as like being on the trail. What did the trail teach you? Is there three things that stick out in mind?
Well, if you're talking about specific incidents, I can maybe elaborate on that. But in terms of takeaways,
yes,
for those that are trying to be successful on the Appalachian Trail, I have had some time to decompress and look back on what was I guess, focus areas that I would
Yes.
recommend people to think about before they started a major trail like this. And for anyone that is thinking about backpacking this trail, to be successful, you need three things, which would be strategy, strength, and support. Strategy could be anything from looking at the weather, the terrain, when you're going to start, and how many miles you want to do, your itinerary, and things of that nature. Having a good plan of what's ahead of you, not only that day, but that week, that month, that milestone that you're trying to hit. The strategy is really important to have some sort of game plan before you get out there. Two, when it comes to your strength, three different areas inside of there: mentally, physically, and spiritually. You're going to have to be strong in how you compartmentalize things, because life goes on, whether you're on trail or not, and being present and being able to handle things from a mental perspective, but also the physical challenges of climbing these huge mountains, elevation gains and descents is huge. And then the final would be the overall support, not only who is coaching you through these moments that you might be calling to check in with. Having that person is very important, but also your tramily, those that you're experiencing the trail with, like how to share the misery, but also the good times. You need that support system, but also people at home that might be taking care of what you aren't able to do while you're on trail. Those are the three areas I think that people need to really concentrate on if they are thinking about backpacking the Appalachian Trail. Is strategy, strength, and support. If you got those things covered, you should be okay.
Okay. And then other than your big three that you need to, your tent, your sleep system, and your backpack, is there anything else, like if you could maybe say, hey, look, yeah, I'm thinking doing the AT, I got my big three. Is there anything else that, like, if you could pick maybe one or two things that you really need to hit the AT and be successful? If you had a couple things.
So when it comes to material things on trail, what you learn is actually less is more. Yes, your big three is very important: your shelter, your backpack, and your sleep system. As far as the little items and things that you might improve your experience on trail, I wouldn't say there's anything specific that you might need, other than having enough battery power. Especially if you are filming, you are a videographer, same as myself. I was using my phone quite frequently throughout the day. I recommend people to use their phone on airplane mode as much as possible to eliminate distractions, but having that extra battery power, especially if you're filming, is great. So having an extra power bank would be something I would say is very important, because you may or may not have access to increase your battery access. Is very important to have that. But as far as a strategy goes, before you get on trail, what I recommend someone doing is, when they go on a backpacking trip like we're out here on the Pine Mountain Trail, if you have all these things in your pack and you didn't touch it, maybe the next time you go out, don't take that with you, and see how much that impacted your experience. Because the less you take with you in terms of base weight items, it provides more options to take more things like water or food, right?
Sure.
So if you're on a 4, 5, 6 day stretch of where you may not be going into town, and you're using a 40-liter pack, you may not want to have more items in your pack. You might want to have more room for food to have that extra space for that extra day, or the ability to carry extra water. We were talking about this earlier. My base weight was 10 pounds, and if I had 5 liters of water, that's 10 pounds, which puts me at 20 pounds, right? So someone that was starting out with a 20-pound pack, they have no water. I've got 5 liters and they have no water. Who's going to make it longer on trail?
Sure.
So I would say that battery power is very important, and then having the ability to take extra water and food are the things that you really need on trail. Everything else is kind of a luxury item. Access to light, a good light source is good. A headlamp is important. Bug spray, treating your gear, making sure that you have permethrin on your shoes and your socks, and making sure everything is treated to prevent ticks from biting you. That stuff's important. Everything else is kind of secondary.
Okay. And third question is, as for a new backpacker, say they want to get out and just do some section hiking, just on the AT, where do you think a good place for them to start is, as you did the whole thing already?
So the Appalachian Trail is very misleading, thinking that it's all extreme climbs and descents. It's not really like that at all. Once you get to Lake Watauga all the way to Mount Moosilauke, it's the terrain is widely different. So if you start looking at states like Maryland, or even West Virginia, or even parts of Pennsylvania, Jersey, New York, and so forth, there's easier sections to hike more towards the middle after Damascus that you're going to see easier terrain to hike. As far as sections that I specifically liked, I would say are the following, which is one, Winding Stair, which is around mile 110 going northbound into Bryson City, the NOC. It's a little bit challenging in some areas, but it's a great hike, I think, to where you get great views, as well as, a nice overall hike in terms of access to shelters and stuff. I recommend that. Another area would be Carver's Gap into 19E. You're going over these balds and just great rolling hills. It's an incredible area in terms of scenic views. The Grayson Highlands is another good area to hike through, where you get the ponies at high elevations and some various different types of terrain that you're hiking through. And then the Whites, which is extremely difficult but provides some of the best views period on the trail. You can't beat it. So those are 4 sections that are easier to extremely difficult. Those are 4 sections that I recommend checking out for sure.
As a new backpacker,
when you use the term new backpacker,
someone who is not as conditioned as someone who's been doing it for a while. Let's say they've been we've been doing this for 2-3 months, and we just want to go do a section somewhere on the AT because that's what we want to do. To see a view.
The AT stands for aggressive terrain.
Right.
So any new backpacker heading on the Appalachian Trail needs to understand that there's a difference between easy, moderate, and aggressive. And outside of those 2 areas I talked about, saying from Lake Watauga up to Lake Moosilauke, that's going to be the easiest terrain on the AT to hike. So if you're new, you need to be in that area. As far as the overall expectation, if you're a new backpacker and you're heading out to the AT hoping to have a wonderful experience as a whole, it may not turn out the way you think it's going to. It's going to be a little bit more challenging than you think, and it may, I wouldn't say darken your spirits, but it's just, you got to understand getting into it, this is already aggressive terrain to start with. So if you're throwing yourself into an aggressive terrain situation, you got to ask yourself, what type of outcome are you looking for?
Sure, you got to kind of have to have a why.
Yeah. Why are you there is very important. If you're doing this to prove something to yourself, again, going back to the big 3, strategy, strength, and support, you need to have the strength to be able to do a trail like this. Otherwise, you may want to go to the Pine Mountain Trail and train on areas that are more easier to moderate versus going straight to the aggressive. That would be the advice I give you.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time, my man.
My pleasure, my friend. Glad to be here.
All right, guys. With that, we're just going to hang out, and we'll be back. And if you guys have any questions or anything, please leave them in the comments below, as I do respond. And if Metro sees this, I'm sure he'll be more than happy to respond back as well. Thank you, guys. With that, we'll be back. Well, good morning, everybody. What a great day yesterday. Sat around and talked a little bit. Hung out here at camp. Got to did a couple lives. Hope you guys were able to tune in. If not, go check out Metro on the Move's channel and Senior Hikers channel. Also, I got something pretty cool this morning from Metro that he brought back with him from On the Trail, and it is the Blue Mountain Blend, Whereabouts was this Metro that a gentleman helped you, gave this to you on trail?
Dragon Roams gave that to me in Pennsylvania. So we were at, I think it was a Darlington shelter. I can't remember if that's exactly the name, but they had a variety of different things that they were handing out, and this was one of them. This Blue Mountain Coffee by Zen Coffee. And so I said, hey, thank you very much. Carried it with me for 1,000 miles or so and brought it back to you, buddy.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Metro.
Yeah, man. Anytime, brother.
So with that, we're gonna try some premium coffee this morning. It'll be cup 1 of 3. Let's go. All right, everybody, here we are. We are all packed up and we are ready to go. If you look, everything's all cleaned up. Remember, leave it better than you found it. There is no trash. All the tents are up. And if you look here, Jim Hall, if you are watching, there was no fire. We decided to just hang out. With that, guys, I think we're going to hit the trail. What do you think, love, of this campsite?
I like it.
You like it? Was it challenging enough to come down?
Not really.
Not really. She wants more challenge. We'll see
Oh
on
wow, she wants more challenge.
Well, you just about going to get it right now.
It's
Because we're
coming.
getting ready to go up on the switchbacks.
Here we go. All right, guys. Well, with that, I think we're gonna head out. We'll see you. We'll see you
See, she's not
up at the top.
challenging enough.
Peace.
What I thought another good shot would be to go.
All right, guys. Here we are. We're coming right down here to the end. There you go. We just finished the 3.2 mile overlook. Here we are, guys. 3.2 mile overlook.
3.4.
3.4
Overlook loop, yeah.
overlook loop.
We just finished the through hike. We kind of wore out. You only did 3.4.
Yeah, guys.
Are you ready to do it again?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, guys. We're all right, guys. Thanks for watching, and once again, it's been a pleasure hiking with this gentleman right here. Thank you, Metro.
My pleasure, my friend. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
Yeah.
And it's always a great pleasure. Always a great pleasure to hike with this legend as well, Johnny Kamper. And then my beautiful wife. Without her, there would be no Marlowe Factor. So everybody, with that, remember, life is a journey. Live it. And if you liked anything on this video, please leave a comment down below, as we always respond. And leave a like button, please, because it does help the channel. And if you found anything else interesting, please share this. And with that, peace.